began to doubt anything and everything until he could find something that was beyond doubt. He began to doubt anything and everything until he could find the one thing that was beyond doubt. He says, I ought no less carefully to withhold my assent from matters which are not certain to be undubitable than from those which appear to me to be manifestly false. Which means he's saying that if there is something that is false and something that could possibly, under some remote circumstances, give me reason for doubt, they should both be on the same level if I'm looking for something unshakable. Does that make sense? He's going to wind up crafting hypothetical situations. He's going to be coming up with something that is logically possible to doubt his ideas. Now note, remember on week 1 when we talked about what is logically possible and separated that from what is causally possible. When we're talking about what is logically possible, what we're dealing with is something that entails no self-contradiction. Is it possible, logically possible, for me to lift a 300-story building? Where's the self-contradiction? What is it in the definition of skinny, lanky Mr. Fraley that denies the possibility of lifting a 300-story building?
Nobody has done it.
Because nobody has done it. You're talking about causal possibility. If it violates the rules of physics, if it somehow is physically impossible, then it's causally impossible. It is logically possible. There is no, I mean, you can, you guys, you laughed at first because you imagined me as some sort of Superman lifting this building of its foundations and then lifting it over my head. The poor people in it asking me to put it down because it's not as solid as it used to be. At this point, the laws of physics would mandate that, first of all, I could lift it and then terrible things would happen to the structure of the building if I did. But you could get a mental picture, right? Okay? Contrast that with the idea of a square circle. Can you get a mental picture of a square circle? Logical impossibility. If you cannot picture it in your mind, it is logically impossible. Can you get a picture in your head of somebody who has won the marathon after coming in last place? What is the definition of a marathon winner?
Finish first.
Okay. So if you come in last, it is logically impossible for you to be a marathon winner.
So what if he's the only one on the race?
Get out. Wait. Fair enough. All right. So if he's going to start doubting everything he can, he just starts with where he is. He admits that it seems to him that he is writing by the fire. He admits to himself, well, as I'm writing here, it seems to me, although I'm not using a very French accent, and I won't even try, that I'm writing by the fire. Though, how many times have I been dreaming that I've been writing? How many times have I been actually unclothed, sitting in my bed, laying in my bed, dreaming that I'm actually writing something on philosophy? How many of you have ever had a dream where you were sure, in the dream at least, that it was real? Been there 1, 2, 3, 4, several. Have you ever thought to yourself during the day, I mean, how do you know that you're not dreaming right now? because you don't have nightmares this bad. Okay, no, seriously. How do you know that you aren't dreaming right now? Somebody will say, well, I have too many recollections strung along for so many hours that it can't possibly be a dream this long. I had a dream where I reasoned just such a way. So, I mean, there is nothing that can assure you 100% that you're not dreaming, am I right? However, I cannot be 100% sure that I am not dreaming. He says that his sense data is real, or at least seems real in the dream. I should say sense data seem real in dreams. We always want to treat data as a singular nowadays. I do it myself. Sense data seem real in dreams, even though they are not. He says, it is logically possible that I am not awake. This gives us reason to question our sense data. If I all of a sudden reach into my bag and pull out a condor, if you see it, you believe it? My gosh, what's he doing with a condor in his bag? Is it possible that it's not real? I hold this pen in front of you. Is it possible that this isn't real? It's all sense data. Sense data occurs to you in dreams. Thus, sense data is not completely reliable. This cannot be the foundation of a philosophy. If it can be doubted, he has to hold it on equal ground with things that seem manifestly false. Can't use it. One thing that a lot of people make the mistake of thinking at this point is that he's driving at this as his purpose. Some people think that he's trying to get you to doubt all sorts of things. That's not his point. He's not trying to tell you anything about the nature of dreams. He's not trying to get you to doubt. He's not prescribing doubt, as Sextus Empiricus was. Sextus Empiricus says, you should not believe things, period. Descartes is saying, I'm looking for something. This isn't it. Sense data is not 100% reliable. However, whether you're awake or asleep, 2 plus 2 still equals 4, right? But either awake or asleep, 2 plus 2 equals 4. Maybe this is the thing that I'm looking for. Sorry, I'm getting out of your way. But either asleep or awake, 2 plus 2 equals 4. Maybe this is the thing. How many people think that Descartes is weird thus far?